our town hall on free tax prep and so much more. My name is Zohran Kalmi Mamdani. I am the assembly member for AD 36, hopefully all of your assembly members. And I'm here with my intrepid team as well as Miriam Aldana, who will be hosting this town hall and taking us through all this information. Before we start, I just want to give you a quick update as to what I am up to. I am currently in Albany, as you might be able to tell from this view, and we have about 7 days left to negotiate our state budget. So this is a budget that is upwards of $200 billion. And in order for it to be considered an on-time budget, we have to vote on it prior to April 1st. And so this last week is a real big week of negotiations to ensure that our budget actually reflects our values and that it is not simply a giveaway to the wealthy of the state, but it is one that serves to bring dignity back to every New Yorker. And that is what I'm fighting for, and that's what I'm doing. And so this is where I am for most of the time. But in addition to that, we are also in the process of planning another town hall, which will be on April 7th at 8:30 p.m. And that will be a town hall more akin to the first one that we had in terms of its structure. It will be covering the vaccine with Dr. Simbo Ike from the Department of Health. And we will also end it with a community conversation as we did the previous town hall. And I also am going to be just quickly introducing, we have Davina Bandari from our team who does a lot of administrative work and scheduling work as well as constituent work. We have Kartika Thakkar who does a lot of constituent facing work as well as communications work. We have Ayat Hosseini who does a lot of our constituent work as well as our organizing work. And then today we have Miriam Aldana who is going to be joining us and taking us through a presentation about free tax prep, as well as about stimulus checks, as well as many other financial services that are available to you as New Yorkers. And Miriam is going to be taking us through this, and there will also be a portion of today's town hall which will be open for questions about, whatever questions that you may have. If they are very specific to your financial situation, then they may be questions that will require follow-up after the portion. But if they are general, then they are something that Miriam will be able to answer in that moment. Miriam, thank you so much for being with us today and for all of the work that you've already done. We know that we've already referred a number of our constituents to Miriam and to Miriam's office, and they have had nothing but great things to say. And so we thank you for your work. We thank you for being here today. And I'm going to pass it over to you to give a bit of an introduction as to the work that you do, the department that you work with, and to speak about free tax prep and all of the financial services that our constituents can enjoy.
Thank you so much, Assembly Member. It is a pleasure for me to being here with all of you today and present and share information on free tax prep services and other resources that the City of New York has available for all of you. And so I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna, after my presentation, I'm gonna share all the links so everyone has access to the information. And I'm gonna also help you, show you how to navigate the website so you can learn how to book an appointment or for the different resources we have. So just 1 second. Okay. So all of the tax season began on February 12th, and the city made free tax prep resources available. So families with an income of $68,000 or less in 2020, or single New Yorkers with income of $48,000 or less in 2020 can file their tax return safely and for free. with the New York City Free Tax Prep services. So at DCWP, our mission statement is to protect and enhance the daily economic lives of New Yorkers to create thriving communities. So basically, for who doesn't know, we enforce the New York City workplace laws. We protect consumers, and we also license more than 75,000 businesses in the city of New York. But today I'm just gonna show you or give you information about the free tax prep and other resources. Many New Yorkers are experiencing significant financial hardships right now due to COVID-19. So it is important that we help ease that stress and frustration by offering our trusted and professional tax prep services so that all eligible New Yorkers can continue to file safely and for free. That's important. And to claim their vital stimulus payment. And I'm gonna be speaking a little bit about the latest updates regarding the third round of stimulus payment. We have 4 options. One is virtual tax prep. It's in-person tax prep, but online, right? And for this specifically, you need to book an appointment. And this is, it's completely online service where you can file from the safety of your home, and an IRS certified volunteer income tax assistant volunteer preparer will video conference with you to prepare your 2020 tax return using a secure digital system. We also have assisted self-preparation. You do your own taxes online, but using a free filing software, but you can call or you can email a volunteer if you need to do it. And we also have the drop-off service. You drop off your documents and pick up the completed return later. That's another option. And in-person tax prep, you sit down with a volunteer preparer. So as I said, I'm going to show you how to navigate the website so you can see how to book an appointment. Or the easiest way to do it is by calling 311. So be mindful that if you're using the drop-off service and the in-person tax prep, filers must follow the New York State health guidelines, including wearing a mask and social distancing appropriately during the visit. So those are the 4 options we have. You can visit the nyc.gov/tax prep, or you can call 311 for more information or to book an appointment. So we have different languages, including English, Spanish, Arabic, Bengali, Chinese, French, Haitian Creole, Hebrew, Korean, Polish, Russian, Urdu, and Yiddish. But if you don't see your language here, you still may get assistance in your language, but you need to call to find out. So about the economic impact payments or the stimulus payments, as we know, this relief or the economic relief, and the recovery rebate credit, and I'm going to be speaking a little bit more about this. But basically, the COVID relief legislation passed in December 2020 expanded the eligibility rules. So you may be eligible for both rounds of stimulus payment or any unpaid amount of the first round payment by claiming the recovery rebate credit on your 2020 tax return. Another credit is the Earned Income Tax Credit. And this is a federal, state, and New York City tax credit for qualifying families, non-custodial parents, and singles who work full-time or part-time or are self-employed. For working families, the credit could be worth up to $8,000. So this is really good. And we have other resources, and I'm gonna show you more information on this, but basically we have the Office of Financial Empowerment, and you can get assistance to, let me actually.
She's frozen.
Yeah, I think she's frozen for all of us, so we'll give her a second. Miriam, I think we lost you.
So you can type NYC.gov/tax prep. And you're gonna see this, okay, this is in Spanish. So you can actually find this information in all these languages. So it shouldn't be an issue, but let me find English. So this is the information I gave you. Oh, and something important that I forgot to mention is that the IRS deadline to file 2020 tax returns has been extended to May 17th, 2021. So you have more time to file your 2020 tax return. So, so regarding the free financial counseling services, this is for, you can get a financial assistant, not financial assistant, financial counseling services. And this is the assistance you can get from these centers is, for example, managing your money and set up a spending plan, contact creditors about existing loans, including student loans, draft letters to creditors to lower payments or temporarily suspend payments due to hardship, access local, state, and federal emergency resources, open a bank account if you don't have one, separate personal and business finances, navigate the IRS Get My Payment tool for economic impact payments. This is where you can actually check the status of your stimulus payment. But if you don't know how to navigate the IRS Get My Payment tool, then you can book an appointment with one financial counselor, and they can help you to check the status if you haven't received your stimulus payment. How to book an appointment? You can go online. You can type nyc.gov/tax prep, or you can just type nyc.gov/talk money. And you will need to create an account, or you can just call 311. And that's, I guess that's the easiest way to do it. So, one second. Yeah, so we spoke a little bit the economic impact payment. You can actually find more information here. It's in different languages. And I know there's some questions, and I'm gonna be more than happy to answer those questions. Yeah, but I wanted to show you how to navigate this and how to book an appointment to get your taxes done for free. So you can expand all the different options, but I'm gonna do it with the in-person tax prep. And you're gonna be able to open a map, right, to find your nearest New York City Free Tax Prep site. And actually you can type your address here. And Ayat, could you give me your office address so to show everyone the sites around your area? You don't mind?
Just sent it, sorry.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's 2408. And so you type the address and search. So these are all the sites. Oh, something happened. Let me see. Okay, so this is the address I just typed. So the nearest site is Urban Outbound. You'll find all the information and the services they provide. Like, for example, they can help you with amended returns, prior year returns, self-employed, scheduled C assistance, and the languages they assist with is Chinese, Chinese Mandarin, Chinese Cantonese, Portuguese, English, and Spanish. But as I said, it's good for you to call because you may, if you don't see your language here, you still can get assistance. And this is the phone. You're gonna see the phone number, and you can book an appointment by calling this number for this site. But you have to check every site because they have different requirements. So, and same thing is for the drop-off service. You're gonna be able to see the map. It's the same dynamic for this. Yeah. So we have all these sites citywide. And also for something I was missing is that this service is available for every New Yorker, regardless of their immigration status. And that's really important. It's completely free, and free means no fees. And it's a trusted and confidential service. And also the IT number. You will find information, and you will find out if your IT number or your individual taxpayer identification number has expired or if it's active. And basically, if you know you will know if your IT expired on December 31st, 2020. If it has not been used on a federal tax return at least once in the last 3 years, meaning 2017, 2018, or 2019. It has a middle digit of 88, it has middle digits of 90, 91, 92, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, or 99. And was assigned before 2013 and has not already been renewed. So you can find more information by visiting the IRS website at irs.gov/18. But you can also get assistance from one of the Free Tax Prep Services sites. And this is one actually in Long Island City. I guess that's close to the office. Yeah, so you can get assistance in renewing the ITIN application. I mean, to complete an ITIN application or a renewal. And yeah, so this is the address, 1215 Forest Avenue, Long Island City, New York. And yeah, so they can help you with that as well. Let me see what else I'm missing. Okay, that's regarding the Free Tax Prep services. And I wanted to give you some other updates regarding the American Rescue Plan signed by President Biden last week. Contains significant temporary expansions to the pandemic-related aid, including a third round of economic impact payments, an extension of federal unemployment benefits, and a provision making the first
I think we lost Miriam again. Let's give it another minute or so. Okay, so Miriam just dropped off for a second, I think, again, because she's having some technical difficulties. So while we're waiting for her to jump back on the call, if folks have any questions that they want to ask, they weren't able to ask during the in their RSVP, please feel free to start putting those in the chat. We likely won't be able to answer those questions live, as we do want Miriam to answer the first questions, but while she's speaking, oh, and she's back.
Yes, thank you, sorry.
No worries. Okay, so let's just jump back to Miriam and then we'll do Q&A afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So I don't know if you heard everything I said, but basically the impact of the legislation will be felt most strongly by families with children as the Child Tax Credit, or CTC, and the Child Dependent Care Tax Credit, or CDTC. Amounts will be raised and the credits will become fully refundable. In a dramatic shift, the child tax credit will be made payable on a monthly basis beginning in July 2021. Additionally, individuals and couples without children will benefit from an expansion to the earned income tax credit, which will both increase in total amounts and expand eligibility parameters based on income and age. For New Yorkers who received unemployment insurance in 2020, this legislation may impact your 2020 tax return. If you haven't filed yet, you may want to wait until the IRS provides more guidance. For those who received unemployment benefits last year and have already filed their 2020 tax return, the IRS emphasizes they should not file an amended return at this time until the IRS issues additional guidelines. While details of implementation are still emerging, the Office of Financial Empowerment is actively researching the ramifications of this legislation. And the Office of Financial Empowerment will ensure that NYC Free Tax Prep providers and financial empowerment centers counselors are equipped to guide New Yorkers through any necessary steps to understand and access these benefits. And the Office of Financial Empowerment is also developing informational materials and considering awareness campaign strategies. As I said, you can always visit the nyc.gov/tax-prep and the irs.gov/coronavirus in the coming weeks for more information. And I'm gonna stop there to answer some of the questions you may have.
Okay, thank you so much, Miriam. This is very informative. So I see people starting to drop their questions in the chat. When you drop your question, if you don't mind also including your email, that would be great. In case we aren't able to answer your specific question and want to follow up. We are going to go through a sort of curated list of questions that we received through the RSVPs. So I'm going to ask a question, Miriam will answer, we will go from there. Once we're done with this list, we're going to start getting to the questions in the chat. Alrighty, so the first question someone asked is, for those who filed taxes early, how to claim a refund for the first $10,200 that President Biden exempted from unemployment income? And is New York City providing the same exemption from city taxes on that first $10,000 for the unemployment income?
Okay, thank you for that question. And for those who filed early, the IRS announced last week that they will be automatically issuing refunds to those eligible. They don't need to take any actions as the IRS will recalculate and issue funds back to filers. And the IRS website does not have any details about timing, only that the filer should not complete amended returns. For those who still need to file for New York City Free Tax Prep, the software used by the providers will automatically calculate the deductible portion of an unemployment insurance income. We don't have insight into the software used by commercial providers or on commercial self-prep software as TurboTax, but it's likely that it will be automatically calculated as well. So filers should ask their tax preparer if they are unsure about this information. So we also, as of late last week, the state had not made any announcement regarding the deductibility of any unemployment insurance income for New York State taxes. So we are constantly checking, the press releases, and as of today, we didn't see anything for New York State. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. The next question, someone said, I received a letter regarding EIP2 on the 1st of March. In the letter, it said that this constituent should receive the check within 7 days. When they wrote this, it had been 15 days. Now it's been about, I assume, 20 plus. When do they call the help number provided? As it's always too busy and they're unfortunately getting hung up on. They also noted that the online form says that there's no additional information and they're just not sure what they should do to move forward.
Okay, so the third round of economic impact payments are being sent in phases. The IRS started sending their first batch of payments with an official payment date of March 17. If you haven't received one yet, it doesn't mean you won't, right? They'll send the third payment each week to eligible individuals as they continue to process tax returns. Payments are sent by direct deposit or mail as a check or debit card as well. It depends if they have your bank account, right, for a direct deposit. If you didn't get any economic impact payment or got less than the full amount, you may qualify for the recovery rebate credit and must file the 2020 tax return to claim the credit, even if you don't normally file. But you can also get assistance to navigate the IRS Get My Payment tool by making an appointment with one of our financial counselors. They can actually help you to check the status of the payment. I mean, you can call, or he can call 311, or they can open an account at nyc.gov/talkmoney. And I don't know if it's a better idea if I share all these links with you so you can like email everyone maybe tomorrow or, but anyways, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's perfect. So just so folks know as well, we will be sending out a recording of this as well as all of the links to everyone's email, the email that you RSVP'd with. And then if there are, again, specific questions, we'll try and either connect you with Miriam or see if we can help you directly. But okay, next question is, how do I file stimulus info?
Okay. So basically no action. You don't have to take any actions to file your information, but you basically the same answer as the question before. You can either check the IRS Get My Payment tool, or let me see, just 1 second, because I want to give you the right answer for that. Yeah, so if you didn't receive your economic impact payment, you may be eligible for to file the how is it called, the credit, the recovery rebate credit, and but you must file a 2020 tax return, even if you don't usually or normally file. But yeah, you can get the information. So I encourage this person to either visit the IRS website, the Get My Payment tool, or one of the financial counselors can also help her to do this.
Okay, thank you. Next question is I'm sort of structuring these with the stimulus check questions first, and then we can get a bit more into taxes. But this one is specifically about including stimulus check payments as a part of yearly income on taxes or anything like that.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so do folks need to include stimulus checks as a part of their stimulus checks as a part of their yearly income?
So basically, the question is if it's taxable, right?
My assumption is that that's what that means. Yes.
So the answer is it's not taxable, and it's not being considered as income in terms of you know, if you're qualifying for benefits such as SNAP or housing. So it's not considered income, and it's not taxable. Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. This is another constituent who unfortunately is having issues getting the physical checks. So they were told that their last two stimulus checks were mailed, but they never received the physical checks. And they just the notice that they were mailed. How do you have a sense of how or when they will see these amounts, and or what their next step should be?
Okay, in this case, this person will need to check the status of the payment. But if she or he didn't receive it, they can claim the this credit as well, the recovery rebate credit. Because as per the information I have, the IRS is not going to, issue a check with all the the refund or the impact payment that is due. So they had to file the recovery rebate credit.
Okay. So these are now sort of getting into territory about free tax prep, services that you offer, et cetera, et cetera. So someone is asking if there is free resources or assistance for folks who need to file taxes for previous years in order to receive stimulus checks.
That's a good question. So basically, the answer is yes. If this person hasn't filed, in prior years, yeah, they may need to file the at least the 2020 tax return in order to claim the recovery rebate credit. It's all about this credit now. Yeah, because it's the only way you can claim the unpaid amounts. I mean, the prior rounds. Yeah.
Okay. Someone is asking, sorry, as a newly unemployed person this tax season, I'm not sure if I need to file my taxes for 2020. I stopped working right before 2020. Does this person need to file taxes for 2020?
So basically, if I'm not sure if this person is like receiving unemployment insurance, if she or if he is not getting he doesn't have an income, if he didn't make any money, then it's not obligated to file the 2020 tax return. But if he had an income, even if it was $100, then it's a different story. I would say he needs to call. He needs to speak to a tax preparer, and because he might need to give specific information, and because I'm not sure if he got unemployment insurance or if yeah.
So if whoever ask questions, if you feel like when you need some more information, again, please do feel free to email us with more specifics about your situation, and we can try and get an answer to you afterwards. Davina also threw in our phone number if you'd like to give us a call.
You can share my email if you want, so I can get more information, or if he wants to give me more information, I can get back to him with additional details for his specific case.
Okay, and so I just put in Miriam's email into the chat. Alrighty, the next question is, in the past, I've filed my state taxes via a third party. What are some benefits that this service can provide to the user in comparison to third-party alternatives? And then the follow-up to that is, how is this service through the city handling the safety factor involving an individual's 2021 tax information?
Okay, so one of the benefits is that this is a free service. So that's good. meaning you will not be charged for any part of the completing your return, including e-filing and direct deposit. Paid tax preparers can cost you hundreds of dollars in fees and that take away from your refund. At times, these fees can be confusing with paid tax preparers advertising no out-of-pocket cost, but later claiming a portion of your refund. So you have to be careful. And this is money that you've earned but are given away. So free tax prep services, which includes virtual tax prep and assisted self-preparation, are safe and reliable tax prep services. And you will get help or assistance from an IRS certified volunteer preparer. And yeah, so as I said, the information is confidential, and the service is, it's a trusted service.
Okay, I think we are actually on our last question. Someone is asking, can an adult who receives SSI file taxes if they have never worked before?
I'm gonna need to follow up on that question, but I think not necessarily. He doesn't necessarily have to file taxes, but I can follow up on that one. Yes, because I don't want to give you a wrong answer on this. So
okay, we're gonna move into now answering some of the questions from the chat. The first one, I'm gonna keep on the stimulus, the SSI payments, and then get to the first one. But are seniors who receive SSI required to make taxes to receive stimulus checks?
no, so they're not required. However, if they didn't receive the first and second round of stimulus payments or any amount, they are going to need to file the 2020 tax return in order to claim the recovery rebate credit.
Okay. Yeah, I think it definitely sounds like that credit is the most key thing here. So
yeah.
Next question from the chat is, someone did not receive their W-2 from one of their employers. Is there a deadline by when they're supposed to receive that W-2?
They're supposed to send it in January, if not, I'm not mistaken. But you have to speak to your employer, because in order to file your taxes, you need that information. Yeah.
Okay, well, as of right now, I'm fairly certain that those are all the questions that we have in the chat at the moment. If anyone else would like to throw in any questions for Miriam, please take the time to do so now.
Yeah, and feel free to email me. I may not have the answer right now because some questions are very specific. But I can get back to you if you email me. So you have my contact information, or you can always visit our website at, let me see if I can share it here. nyc.gov/tax prep, and you'll see all the information.
Okay, so I think Miriam, you sent that directly to me, but that's to everyone. We just got one other question. Do we have an idea of when the city will make a decision regarding the state/city tax relief?
No, honestly, I don't have an answer for that. You can check either the IRS website, regularly, because you know, they are constantly updating the information there. But as of today, I really don't know.
Okay. Just gonna hold to see if there's any more questions. Okay, so we received a response. I believe this is about the W-2. So the person who didn't receive the W-2 did reach out to the employer and didn't receive anything. So, Miriam, if you have a direct response now, that'd be great. And if not, we'll definitely be following up with you to help you navigate next steps. But yeah, if Miriam, you do want to respond now, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I need to follow up on that one because, you know, it shouldn't be requested actually. That's something that they have to issue. You know, but yeah, I need to follow up on that one.
Yeah, so also with issues like that that are specific, we can also, we actually have everyone's emails that are at the event, so we can follow up and write a letter of support or just say, inform your employer of the guidelines that the IRS sets out for them. So thank you guys for coming. It has been really nice. Thank you, Miriam, for going through the services. I definitely learned a lot, and I can't emphasize enough how helpful it's been to those who have reached out to NYC Free Tax Prep. They've had a really fast and easy time filing their taxes this year. And the deadline is, if I'm not mistaken, May 17th. So just make sure to be on top of that. That is also a note for myself. But basically, we all loved having you today. And the next time that we'll be doing kind of a public event, as Assemblymember Mamdani said earlier, this is a bit of a hectic month because of the budget, but we're planning on doing a more formal town hall on April 7th, 2021, which is in a couple weeks, and we'll be going over vaccine distribution, COVID, with a guest speaker from the Department of Health. And we will also have time both for questions for the speaker and also for 30 minutes allotted for like questions and like comments and just conversation that we can have with our constituents. And the assembly member will be there and our whole office will be there, and we're very excited to have that conversation with y'all. So there'll be more information coming out soon on whatever channels that you found out about this event through. So we hope to see some of you there. Additionally, if you have, this is just one piece of the work that our office does. Davina, Ayat, and I pick up phones all day and talk to you guys about issues about housing, unemployment, just questions about navigating different government entities, things like how to file my taxes or stimulus checks. Like, we either have the answers or we can connect you with resources like NYC Free Tax Prep that will get those answers for you. So if you have anything like that, any questions about notices that you see or mail that you're receiving, please call our office, and our number is 718-545-3889. And you can also email us at 8036@nyassembly.gov. So thank you guys all for coming.